what? The Bible has stated that what? You blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans are the Israelites according to the Bible. Right?
That's right.
That's all that we trying to teach. Give me that in the back real quick. What I was trying to explain to the pastor earlier was something about the cross, right? What does that cross represent? Why do our people wear the cross, right? So read that now for me in Habakkuk. Read that.
The book of Habakkuk, chapter 2, verse 18. What profiteth the graven image?
So the Bible says, what profiteth the graven image, right? Give me that in Deuteronomy, where it says that our people shall serve wood and stone. Read that for me.
Deuteronomy chapter 28, verse 68. And the Lord shall scatter thee among all people, from the one end of the earth even unto the other.
Right.
And there thou shalt serve other gods.
He said, and there we would serve other gods. What were those other gods? Come on.
Which neither thou nor thy fathers have known. Even wood and stone.
Even of what?
Wood.
So wood. What was that wood that we were going to serve? What was that wood that our people were going to serve? It was called Christianity.
That's
That's
right.
what our people serve. Now go back to Habakkuk. Read that.
Habakkuk chapter 2, verse 18.
Bring it out.
What profiteth the graven image?
So the Bible says, what profit is the great? Come talk to me, brother. We're not out here for hate. Right. So I got a question for you. Why do so-called black people wear crosses in the community today? Why do we wear that as a people? Does it not dictate the same what they did to Christ? Is it not what they did to Christ and they beat him and tortured him and put him on a cross? Is that not what happened? Because with that cross brings what? Lies, hypocrisy. You no longer know your nationality.
That's right.
All these different things that come with that cross. Read that again.
What profiteth the graven image that the maker thereof hath graven it?
Right.
The molten image and a teacher of lies.
And a teacher of lies. Because what's another thing? Our people worship on Sunday. Why do our people worship on Sunday? Because according to the Bible, the seventh day is the Sabbath of the Lord.
That's right.
This is what we have to teach our people. It's coming back to the laws of God. Give me John chapter 14, verse 15, real quick. John 14, 15. Look, just come talk to us. Come holler at us. Read that for me. John 14, 15.
The book of John chapter 14, verse 15.
Bring it out.
If ye love me, keep my commandments.
The Bible says, if ye love me, keep my commandments. So let's see what one of the commandments was that we were supposed to keep. Because we're not supposed to worship on Sunday. God said Saturday.
Bring it out.
He said keep the seventh day holy. So why don't we keep that in Christianity? Why is it that our churches don't teach to keep the Sabbath day holy? Read that for me.
The book of Exodus chapter 20 and verse 8. Remember the Sabbath day to keep it holy.
Right.
6 days shalt thou labor.
Right. So it says 6 days shall we labor. Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. Right. But what? The seventh day, read that.
6 days shalt thou labor and do all thy work. But the seventh day is the Sabbath of the Lord thy God.
So it said, but the seventh day is the Sabbath of the Lord thy God.
Bring it out.
So why don't we worship him? Why don't we keep the Sabbath? Because give me that now in Deuteronomy where it was a covenant. Why don't we now keep the Sabbath day as God commanded us to keep, or maybe Exodus? And why don't we keep that covenant that God told us to keep? Read that.
The book of Exodus chapter 31 verse 16. Wherefore the children of Israel shall keep the Sabbath to observe the Sabbath.
So it was commanded that you so-called blacks, Hispanics, keep the Sabbath, right? Come on.
Throughout their generations for a perpetual covenant.
For a perpetual covenant. Perpetual meaning what? It's not ending. Something that goes on forever, right?
That's right.
So read that again.
Wherefore the children of Israel shall keep the Sabbath
Right.
to observe the Sabbath throughout their generations.
Right.
For a perpetual covenant.
Come on.
It is a sign between me and the children of Israel.
Right.
Forever.
For what?
For forever.
It said this was a sign for me and the children of Israel forever. But like I said before, we're not out here coming for violence, brother. We're not out here coming to beat nobody up. We're not coming out here to cause any harm. We just want to wake our people up to the truth in the Bible. We want to preach what the Bible says. Matter of fact, what does it say that the priest and the pastor should do? Give me that in Malachi. Because there's a job that we men must uphold when we are responsible for the flock of God. Read that for me.
The book of Malachi chapter 2 verse 7. For the priest's lips should keep knowledge.
So the Bible says the priest's lips should keep knowledge. Give me that in 2 Peter. Because you may say I'm not a priest. Oh, that was in the Old Testament, right? But God said that we were a nation, a kingdom of priests and royal people. Read that for me.
1 Peter chapter 2 verse 9. But ye are a chosen generation.
Right? We, so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, God said we are a chosen generation. Come on.
A royal priesthood.
A what?
A royal priesthood.
Come on.
A holy nation. A peculiar people, that ye shall show forth the praises of him who hath called you out of darkness into his marvelous light.
Who called us out of darkness into his marvelous light? What is his light? Give me that in Proverbs 6. You know what I want, 6 and 25. What is that light that God called us in? Read.
Proverbs chapter 6 verse 23. For the commandment is a lamp, and the law is light, and reproofs of instruction are the way of life.
So read that again for me.
Proverbs 6 verse 23. For the commandment is a lamp, and the law is light.
It said the commandment is a lamp, and the law is light. So we got to keep God's laws. Give me Matthew 5, 7. You know what I want. The laws are not done away with. We got to keep God's laws until this day. We got a dietary law. We got a law the way that women should dress.
Right.
We got a law that men should take care of their families.
Right.
We got a law that women should be keepers of the house.
Right. Yes,
all
right.
these things, but our households are out of order. Why?
Right.
Because we don't keep God's laws. Read that for me.
The book of Matthew chapter 5 verse 17.
Bring it out.
Think not that I am come to destroy the law,
Right.
or the prophets.
So this is out of Christ's mouth. He said, think not that I am come to destroy the law or the prophets. Come on.
I am not come to destroy, but to fulfill.
So Christ said he came to fulfill. What was it that Christ came to fulfill? Give me that in Acts. What was it that Christ came to fulfill? Was it fulfill that you could be a homosexual? Was it to fulfill that you could be a whoremonger? That you could be a thief? That you could be a murderer? That you can do drugs? Was that what Christ came to fulfill? Read that.
The book of Acts chapter 3 verse 18. But those things which God before had shown by the mouth of all his prophets, that Christ should suffer, he hath so fulfilled.
And that's what Christ fulfilled, was him dying on the cross.
That's right.
That's what Christ fulfilled, but he didn't take away the laws that we got to keep as a people.
Right.
He didn't take away the laws that commanded us, that guided us as a people.
That's
Give me that
right.
in Baruch, I believe it is. And we were given all the ways of knowledge. This is what God gave us. Read that.
The book of Baruch chapter 3 verse 36. He hath found out all the way of knowledge, and hath given it unto his Jacob, his servant,
Right.
and to Israel, his beloved.
Right. So it's us that got to keep God's laws. Go back to that cross now. Go back to that, because our people hold on to that cross. That cross has been nothing but a teacher of lies.
That's right.
These are the lies that got us in the position that we in today. How do you think we got over here on slavery? We all know the history, right? We all came over here by boats. That's in the Bible. Give me that in Deuteronomy. It was in the Bible that if we didn't keep God's commandments, that we was going to go into slavery on slave ships. Read that.
Deuteronomy chapter 28 verse 68.
Bring it out.
And the Lord shall bring thee into Egypt again with ships.
So we know Egypt is synonymous for bondage or slavery, right? So God said he was going to send us into slavery again with what?
With ships, by the way whereof I spake unto thee.
So who in history went to slavery on cargo slave ships? It wasn't all nations of people. It was you so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans. Come on.
That thou shalt see it no more again. And there ye shall be sold unto your enemies for bondmen and bondwomen.
Right.
And no man shall buy you.
And no man shall buy you. How y'all doing today? Good, good. Hey, come talk to us real quick. Stop. Hey, did you know that you're an Israelite according to the Bible? So-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans are the Israelites according to the Bible? What would you say that your race is according to this sign? What would you say? What does America call you?
Hey, my man. Hey, you're holding up the traffic, partner.
It's okay. Hey, you can turn around and come back. You can turn around and come back. It's okay. What we're trying to do is gather the people. We're out here trying to gather the people. He could have easily went around. Why just turn this message? What's so wrong about the message that we're preaching to gather blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans back to who they are?
Right.
Why are we so afraid of unity? Why are we so afraid to come back to God's laws?
Right.
Why do we love our oppressor so damn much? Why do we do everything the white man says, but nothing God says?
Right.
Everybody say they believe in God, but no, you don't believe in God. You believe in the same man that put shackles on your neck.
Right.
You believe in the same man that beat and killed and raped our foremothers and fathers.
Right.
That's who we believe as a people. Give me Zephaniah 2:1. Zephaniah chapter 2 and verse 1. What are we supposed to do as a nation of people?
Bring it out.
The book of Zephaniah chapter 2 verse 1. Gather yourselves together.
Right.
Yea, gather together. O nation not desired.
We are supposed to gather together as a nation of people. But we can't gather together if we're not on the same page. Right. We cannot gather if we're not on the same page. We have to gather under God's commandments, right? Read that again.
Zephaniah chapter 2 verse 1.
Okay.
Gather yourselves together. Yea, gather together. O nation not desired.
So we are a nation not desired.
Bring it out.
We are the nation of people not desired.
Right.
We got to come back to keeping God's laws and commandments in the faith of Jesus Christ.
That's right.
That is what God commanded us to do. Like I said, we had a Northern Kingdom brother that wanted to hear.
Right.
We out here giving this message to our people so that what? So that they'll wake up and understand who they are. Aren't you tired of being shot down in the streets? Aren't you tired of being the lowest of the communities?
Right.
Aren't you tired of living on the bottom? God said that there is something much more for you. That there is something much more for your life.
That's
but you
right.
can only get that if you keep God's laws, statutes, and commandments.
That's
the only
right.
way that you're going to get the kingdom of heaven is by keeping God's laws. So why can't we gather together as a people? Because our people don't want to keep God's laws.
Bring it out.
That's all that we teaching. That's all that we want to let our people know. That's all that we out here for. We out here, matter of fact, give me John. I'm going to show you love. People say that they love each other, right? We say that we love. We say that we care for each other. Read that for me. I'm going to show you what real love is according to the Bible. Because whether you believe it or not, brother, I love you. I don't want to see you go down this path. I want to try to find a resolution. We ain't got to be at odds. You're not my enemy. You only my enemy if you go against God's Bible. That's when we become enemies. I'm trying to get you to understand what's in this Bible. Read that.
That's right.
Book of 1 John chapter 5 verse 3. For this is the love of God,
We getting ready to show you what the love of God is. Read that.
that we keep his commandments.
That we do what?
That we keep his commandments.
Because guess what? Today is Sunday. We got families. We could all be doing something different, but what? We love our people.
Right.
We out here showing you that the only way you can love God is by keeping his commandments.
That's
the
right.
only way we can show that we have love for you is by keeping God's commandments. Give me that in Leviticus.
Book of Leviticus chapter 19 verse 17.
Bring it out.
Thou shalt not hate thy brother in thine heart.
Because guess what? The Bible says if you hate your brother, you shouldn't hate your brother. But you hate him by not upholding him to keeping God's laws.
Right.
Read.
Thou shalt in any wise rebuke thy neighbor.
The Bible says thou shalt in any wise rebuke thy neighbor. Meaning what? When we see sin, we have to bring it forth. When we see our people in the midst of sin, if we really love them, then we have to show them what God said according to the Bible.
That's right.
This is our mission. This should be your mission as well. Everybody, we men have to stand up. Give me that in our Psalms. Who is going to stand up for God against these evildoers? Who's going to stand up and be on the corners and tell our men not to sell drugs?
Right.
Who's going to be on the corners and stand up and tell our men to take care of their families?
That's right.
Or women to take care of the household? Read that.
The book of Psalms, chapter 94, verse 16.
Bring it out.
Who will rise up for me against the evildoers?
God said, who is going to rise up for me against the evildoers? We're out here compelling our people, our men, to be those men to stand up and rise against the evildoers. We out here trying to get our black men to realize that what? There's more than what the white man told us.
Right.
There's more than what our master told us.
That's right.
Where did Baptists come from? Where did Christianity come from? Where did Catholicism come from?
Right.
The same people that put us in slavery.
That's right.
The same people that beat our backs.
Right.
The same people that took us from the west coast of Africa and all across the world.
Right.
The same people that put us in slavery for over 400 years.
Right.
That's where we get our doctrine from. So if these are the same people that killed us, right? These are the same people that had no regard for our ancestors, right? Give me that in Deuteronomy. They shall have no regard for the young or the old, right?
Right.
We getting ready to read this to you in the Bible. Read that.
The book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28, verse 49. The Lord shall bring a nation against thee from far.
So the Bible says he was going to bring a nation amongst us from far, right? Come on.
From the end of the earth,
Right.
as swift as the eagle flies.
It says as swift as the eagle flies. What is the symbol of America? What is the animal of the symbol of America? What do they use?
Bring it out.
The eagle. As swift as the eagle flieth. Come on.
A nation whose tongue thou shalt not understand.
Right, brother. I see you got a Bible in your hand, and I appreciate that. Because we, or whatever you use to take notes, this is what we out here for, bro. We not out here for violence. I just want to have a good conversation with my people while we met with hostility. That's all I want. What's up, brother? What's going on?
Always remember, whatever energy you put out, that's always gonna come back.
Right.
So,
Well,
it's a time and a place. Is it?
so this is the
So
thing.
what would be the
I got a question
way
for
to
you.
doing this?
I got a question for you. If you see your people getting ready to die, if you see your people going down the wrong path, is there a time and a place to be like, oh, you know what, I'm gonna wait? Maybe because it's not so timely. For example, if I gotta write this. If I see one of my brothers leaving you, and there's a car coming and you don't see it, should I say, oh, this ain't the time and place because I got signs in front of me? No. I'm gonna knock them signs down to try to get you out the way. Now, give me that in shooting. That's what we out, right?
That's why you sure. He said, I got an appointed meeting with this woman at the well.
Say that again? No, you said some.
He had appointed, it's appointed times, providence. The preacher talked about providence today.
Highways and byways. Right, so I'm going to show you something. This is what Christ commanded us to do. Because you said an appointed time, right? Matter of fact, well, yeah, let's get Christ first. Read that.
And compel them to come in.
Right, and compel them to come in. Matthew 4.
Remember what Paul said?
Matthew 4. God bless you. How you doing, man?
It was a muscle that God used, my God, in my life to get me to give my life to Christ.
What? Bro, what are you talking about, man? Bro, I'm out, man.
Shalom, Israel. This is Bishop Nathaniel. I want you to know that you can view all our Sabbath classes live on IUIC TV. That's right, I said on IUIC TV. Download the app today. Shalom.
We used to scream Black Power while heroin was pushed. But at the end of the day, nothing's in vain. IUIC has been given a vision. The tents of Judah has risen. Many has attempted the mission. Minor murmuring, omitting, and missing the mark. Just reading that he had the flame of fire in his eyes gave us the spark. We on Paul's mission. We out on the road, purple and gold. From Mexico, Cuba, Haiti, Ghana. Sierra Leone, 144,000 boots banging, concrete crackling. These are our men repented at heart. The scriptures is proof. IUIC, we deliver the truth.